In this video, I'm going to fully explain and show you how to build forms, surveys, and quizzes inside of GoHighLevel. When you master these, you really master the inflow of leads and data and analytics inside of GoHighLevel. And let me tell you, data and analytics are how you improve literally everything. And when you nail that down, guess what? You can help your clients that much more, which will help you. Let's jump right in. So to access forms, surveys, and quizzes, you're just going to come right to sites and you're going to come right over here and you'll see forms, surveys, and quizzes. Okay. So first up is forms. Okay. And you use these when you need basic info. Okay. Example, contact form, sign up form. It's just an info form. And this is what a form looks like. Okay. It has first name, last name, basic form fields, and all it's there for is to collect either user or lead information that just gets submitted into your system. Then we have surveys, and this is used when you want opinions or feedback on something in GoHighLevel. So example, how was your experience? Rate our service. Simple things like that. It can be on products or services. And this is what a survey looks like. Okay. It'll be one page at a time. You fill out your info and you click next, and it's going to continually take you through slide after slide in a one-page format. Okay. A form would just be a massive line. As for the survey, it's one thing at a time, collecting info and getting feedback on something you have. And then we have quizzes, which are used when you want to test, score, or recommend something inside of GoHighLevel. So example, which service is right for you? A quiz that will show you a result. And the main point of quizzes is gauging where people are at. And this is what a quiz looks like, okay? It's going to be questions where you pick answers and it goes through, just like a quiz. We've all done school before and we've done, college or whatever. It's a quiz. It's like a test. It just goes through, picks out the info, and then segments. So again, to recap, forms are used when you need basic info, okay, contact information. Surveys are used when you want feedbacks or opinions. And then quizzes are used when you want to test, score, or recommend something inside of GoHighLevel. So first up is forms, okay? And you're going to see three different tabs on forms and surveys and pretty much quizzes. Builder is where you're going to build the form. Analyze is where you're going to see what's going on within the form, so data. And then submissions is you're going to see all the info when someone submitted said form, survey, quiz. Okay, that's where you will actually see it. And in here, it's the same across the board as these three, the basic layout. Forms, you can click these three dots, you can edit, you can preview, you can view the submissions, you can duplicate, you can upload to templates, you can share it with other people, you can move to a folder, or you can delete it. The basic building block of the dashboard is exactly the same. Form features, you have this in all of them. This just goes through and talks about templates and simple stuff like that. You can create folders right here. And then to add forms, you just click this plus that says add form, and this is where you're going to build it, okay? And you can either start from scratch or use one of these amazing pre-built out templates where all the work is done. You got all these different niches and you can pick exactly what you want and choose. Now, I just want to let you know, it is the same thing, okay, as you see for all of these, okay? Except this one doesn't have the features, but it's all of the same thing. You look through, you edit, and then you click to add, and that's how you get it. So just remember, this dashboard right here is the same for all three. And guys, it's really important that I'm going through all three of these at once because they are all in the same family. Back in the day, I had a video on forms, a video on surveys, a video on quizzes, but really, they're all so similar, and they need to all be included in one video because they play off each other, and they really are all in the same family. They're all brothers and sisters. So first up, we're going to go through building forms, and we're going to start from scratch. Okay, so we're going to click start from scratch and we're going to click create. So here we are. The first thing I just want to explain to you, you name your form right here. Make sure you name it accordingly, whatever you're going to use. We're just going to do test form, but put the name in there that you want to use. Over here, this is where you're going to preview it. Okay, integrate it. We're going to go over that later. This is how you save your edits. And then right up here, you can either undo your work, check versions, and then we're going to get into that in a second. And then right here, you see mobile mode versus desktop mode to know that it's properly optimized. And then right over here, you can click back to go back. So now we're going to go through building the form and all of the different features you have. So the first thing I want to explain to you is elements are taken from the left-hand side, brought in, dragged onto the middle where the form is, and then you would edit the elements on the right-hand side. That's where all the little edits are, just to let you know. Creates on the left, is in the middle, and then you edit the fine details on the right hand, which is right here. So the first thing I want to show you is all of the features you have available in Elements. These are just things you can add to your form. So you have full name, first name, last name, date of birth, phone, email. Okay, you have a button. You have products. If you want to add a product into the form, you can collect payments. You can put an address, a city, a state, a country, a postal code, an organization, a website, single line text, multi-line text box, You have single drop-down, multi-drop-down, checkbox. Remember, just like quiz form. Simple stuff I'll just show you if you want to know what it looks like. Okay, you have a radio, which is very similar to checkbox, but you just click multiple of them. Then you have more text. You have HTML if you want to put code in. You have Capacha. This is like the robot that says, click these 3 things that look like a motorcycle. That's what that is. It weeds out spam. You then can add in source. Then you have terms and service. This is very important. You're going to want this to be compliant. Okay, score. This is if you're doing more stuff with managed scoring. Try to get points, sales stuff. Images, file uploads. If you're doing like an onboarding form, very important so they can upload pictures, any sort of monetary. And you have a date picker and a signature, which if you want to have like a contract form, you could put it in there, but no real need. But you have all of these different options for your form that you can add in right in here. So you go crazy with however you want that. Again, you just have to choose what you want. You would pick what you want here. And then from there, you're good to go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a terms and conditions right in here just so we have that. And then what you're going to want to do here is you're going to always want to have your privacy policy and your terms of service linked. And to do this, you would just click this right here. Okay, click this and then click link, and then you put in your link. Again, there's full videos on how to do that on my channel, but you just want to have those so you are compliant. You can use the same thing you have on your website, and you can draft these in ChatGPT. It's super easy. So you're going to pick how you want your form to look and what you wanted it over here. Now, here's one more step that you may want to know, and that's called custom fields. A custom field is a form that's not on here that you create. So a custom field can be anything. So right here, these are the basic form fields, okay? You got buttons, you got first name, last name, you got organization. It's just basic data points. Custom fields, okay, these are fields, but they're custom, so they can be whatever you want them to be. So that could be favorite Pokemon card, favorite soccer team. It could be how much money did you make last year? How many employees do you have? It is whatever you want it to do, and you can just click add. You pick how you want this. Again, I have bigger videos on my channel that go really in depth if you're a little confused on this. You put in your field name, the grouping, you put in if it's something custom objects, then you click save, and then you will now have a custom field. So I have a couple in here. I have favorite Pokemon card, as you see right there, and we could add that in if we wanted someone to put in their favorite Pokemon card. Now, again, you don't have to do that, but the idea is you can have whatever you want on a form and you can capture any information here. So again, quick recap. You come in here, you find out what you want on your form, depending if it's a sales form, an onboarding form, a fund form, whatever you're doing, and you will add your elements right on this left-hand side and pick whatever you want. And then if you don't have the options in quick add, you will add a custom field and you will drag just like this and you will drop right in there and you will be done. Okay, so that's how you build said form and you put the features you want on the form in here. Now, on the other side, we have the basic edits you can perform right in here. So if you click any of these, you will see you have all this. So the label is going to be this up top right here. The placeholder is this right in here. So if we get rid of this, look what happens. It just says first, okay? Right underneath. Query key, you do not want to mess with this. This is like the code that makes the form work. Don't mess with that. Field width, you can switch this, making it like this or that, whatever you want. And then you can do required, which is this little asterisk here, which again, you see this on a lot of forms, like you have to put your phone number in. And then over here, you have hidden, which will literally just hide said field and then get rid of it. So you have all these options on the side for every single one you click and you can edit. Now, for anything that's not just a field, like a button, a product, this stuff, you can come right over here again and customize it. So if you've seen any of my videos on websites, email marketing, it's the same builder across the board. You pick what color you want, what font you want, the size of the font. It's all right here. You just go through and you play with it. I don't know if you're trying to make this different, you're trying to make this fancy. You just go through and you add what you want. Again, if you have questions, drop them down below. I answer so fast. So once you have your form dialed in the way you want it, you then have the option to add conditional logic. This is really neat because what this allows you to do is change up the form based on what people say. Because if you have a sales form and you only want people that are above $1 million in business revenue, this can disqualify them and then send them to a different thing as opposed to give them access to your course. This gets really in depth, but it's really, really powerful. So what we could do is we could redirect to URL if their last name is equal to X. Now, right now, all we have on this form is these 4 fields. You're not really going to see it, but let me show you. If we come in here and we put in favorite soccer team and we come back to conditional logic, okay? And if we go right here, because you see it now pops up, whatever's on your form is going to pop up here. We go, his favorite soccer team is equal to, Real Madrid. And you can do or you can really pick whatever you want here. But then what we could do is we could say, send them to this URL. and it could be like, thank you very much. I mean, you can go crazy with it. It could be a message you display, or it could just get rid of them altogether. And the point of this is just to segment your leads. So obviously I don't have a form that has favorite soccer teams, but the idea is if you want to disqualify people and you want to make sure you have a tighter sales process, or your clients only want people that want hot water installs, this will immediately get rid of those people that you don't want. So this can be very, very powerful if you want. And again, you just have to put in what you want. You fill out your form the right way, and then you can put a URL or whatever you want, and then you're done. So when this goes through, do you want a email notification on this form? And you can fill out the subject, the email, who it goes to. You can put to a bunch of people, and then whatever. And then what you can also do is you can send an autoresponder, as opposed to going in automations and doing this. This will send the person an email as soon as they get this. And these are just some simple notifications you can set up. So remember, email notification is to you, autoresponder is to them. So that's basically all of the regular parts of the form. Now, last but not least, if you come right up here, you will see style and options. Just when you thought it was done, there is more. Bonus and more. But basically what this is this is the look and style of the form. So first we have styles. This is how do you want your form to be laid out. You have box, you have line. I mean, it's literally everything. The width to make it bigger, smaller, taller, whatever you want. You can add any sort of padding to make this look good. You can add margin, your colors and background. You can change the color of everything. You do whatever you want. Again, all of the things you want are right in here. It's just so obvious. And I'm going to still go through it. You pick background image. That's if you want an image on the background of this. Header image. Okay. Miscellaneous. This is if you want your agency branding. If you have the white label version, it'll pop up right there. Then you have advanced settings, which is just going to be some stuff that's with the fields that goes even more in depth. You're most likely not going to need that, but if you do, it's all right here for the input field. Okay, your label, your short, your placeholder, and then any custom CSS if you want to add that. Okay, so that is what all the styles are. It is just a way to make the form look different. Then we have themes. So back earlier, I showed you the templates. We can apply these very easily and change the forms. We could go right here and go, I want animal lover. We click use theme, we click proceed, and now what it's gonna do is boom, it's gonna change the look and feel of the theme, which is actually pretty cool if you want something really cool and unique and you don't have to do a lot of work. It'll keep exactly what you have, but you can pick whatever you want here. You just follow the instructions, you click use theme, and then you're done. So now we have options. So when someone submits, what do you want to say? What's the thank you message? You want to say hello? Do you want to say, go buy my products? You put in the message after they submit, because remember, they have to click submit, and then it goes into the database. Facebook Pixel ID, this is if you want to do stuff with Facebook advertising, same with Facebook Pixel events. Okay, I have other videos on that if you're trying to learn Facebook ads, but that's how you plug that in. And then you have basic form settings. So sticky contact, this is how you basically have it fill into the contact fields. If it's like they already filled it out elsewhere, it just pre-populates. Okay, GDR compliant font, that's if you're in the Eurozone, you can look that up. It's some compliance stuff with the Europa people. And then we have enable time zone, which is just allowing the time zone. So you pick what you want. You just toggle these on or off, however you want to do it. You just click on and off, and then you're good. And then once you have all this, make sure you're always clicking save. That's just very important, good etiquette. But just a quick recap so you understand. You come into your form. The first thing you're going to have is elements. These are the building blocks of the form. This is how you create said form and what you wanted it. Conditional logic is just more settings on said form right here. And then notifications is just how to create notifications on when someone submits your form. Then once you have everything on the middle side, which is your form, clicking these allows you to edit each individual field that you created over here on the left-hand side. And you can add extra stuff right there. Then to make your form look different, okay, and be more pleasing to the eye, you click these up here, okay, these little dots, and you go to styles and themes. Those two are going to be how you make the form look different. Then options is just going to be some final settings on the form. And from there, you're done. That is how forms work, and that is how you create them. So now what I want to show you is how to put this on a website or anywhere in HighLevel. Because remember, you can put forms really anywhere, in your email templates, in your email blasts, in your text message blasts, okay, in surveys, on websites, on funnels. Like, you really can put it anywhere. But I want to show you how to put it in, and then I want to show you where to find your submissions, because I think this is really important. So what we're going to do to add anywhere is you click integrate, and you're going to get multiple different options. Click sidebar, polite slide in, pop up, and inline. And right over here, you have some settings on each of these you can activate. And then right here is where you get, so you can copy form link, which is just a link to this, or you can copy embed code and put this in code and embed it somewhere, which could be on another website or wherever, which can be pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pick this one right here, and we're going to copy form link, and we're going to click done. And then we're going to come over to our website, and we're just going to add this right like this. So we're going to click make an appointment, okay, and we're going to scroll right down, and the button actions is going to be website URL, and then we're going to click this right here, and we're going to paste this right in like this. And then we're going to click save. And then what I want to show you here, which is really cool, is this live and how this works. I'm also going to show you how to put in a pop-up or however you want to do it. So when you have this now, when someone clicks make an appointment, it now pulls up form with the doggy or the wolf or whatever that is. And then you just fill in your info and then you're good to go. So you can really add these forms anywhere. But what I want to show you is to do it for pop-ups. So we click this right here. Let's do copy embed code. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come right back here to pop-up settings, and we're going to add this right in here. So we're going to add row. We're going to add this. And we're going to add element, and we're going to do form. We're going to put it in right here. And then we can just select. So you have a bunch of different options for putting forms in. So you can always do the link, okay, just like I showed you, and you can copy the code, copy the form. You could do these on other websites, not just on GHL, but you can also just select these within GoHighLevel, which is really cool. We're going to come right back here, okay, and we're just going to come right in here. We're going to click add elements, and we can just add forms. You can do this really anywhere. And look at this. Boom. It is now said form that popped up. You can add this really anywhere in GoHighLevel, which is really, really cool. And you can come right into pop-up settings. And what you can do is you can add a form in here. So now this pop-up pops up on the page. So if we save this, you will now have forms popping up on your page, which is really cool. Boom, look at that. It pops up now just on the page, just the way we like it, and we fill it in, and then we're good. You don't want to have a background that looks like this terrible design eye if it's going to be on a website. Like, I'm obviously just testing this. Don't actually put your form like that with a dog in the background. Even if you are like a pet groomer or someone like that, make it look a little cleaner. Obviously, it looks very bad. But now what I want to show you do, now that you know how to build your form and you know how to put your form anywhere on GoHighLevel and really just, have carte blanche here, I want to show you where the submission goes and how the back end works so you can understand this. Okay, so we're going to come right in here and we're going to click all of this jolly stuff. So we're going to do 0, 5, 6, 7, 8771. We're going to put our email in, which will be Declan Almighty Wizard. And then we're going to do favorite soccer team. We're going to do Baron. Okay, we're going to click this. And then we're going to agree. And we're going to click button. Okay, obviously that was supposed to say submit, but for the test, we just put that in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to see where this form gets submitted. So wherever you have your form, it has to go somewhere. The data has to go somewhere. It doesn't just go into the ether. It goes into the back end of HighLevel. So if we come back into HighLevel and we come right back up to forms, you come right into submissions, okay, and look at this. It now pops up with all of my info, and you can see it right here. So you now have a database of every person that submits a form. This is really important, guys, for building email lists, text messages, having data, but it's all right here on HighLevel, which is amazing. So if you have any questions or this is confusing, please drop a comment down below. Okay, I don't want anyone being confused. I want you to master this. This is a very, very important part of HighLevel. I think a lot of people miss over, and I just want to make sure you understand everything. Last but not least, I just want to show you what you can do once you have this all set up, and that is with automations. Okay, so we're going to come right into automations, and I'm just going to show you this very quickly. If you come right into automations, I just want to show you that you have a form submitted trigger where you can pick the exact form you want. Okay, remember test form? And what you can do is anytime someone submits this form, you can come in and you can send email, you can send text message, you can put them in another automation. You can literally do anything off this. And I'm trying to get you to kind of open up your mind and get your creative juices going here. Because once you understand this, you realize that anytime someone submits the form that we just created, a bunch of different stuff that can happen. And this is how you automate your onboarding, and you do so much other amazing stuff. So now that we've gone over forms, now I want to go over surveys. Okay. And I promise this will be much faster because it's so similar and it's really just a couple key differences. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pick from a template because I think for surveys, it just looks cooler. We're going to come right in here and we are going to do this one right here. We're going to click this and we're going to click continue. That way you're also seeing how to use templates and build it from scratch. Give you that multi-dimensional approach. So with the way surveys work is they go from slide to slide. See, a form is just one form. You fill it out, it submits. Surveys, it's slide after slide, and you can just click add slide, and you can continually add slides and make this as long as you want and put in whatever questions you want. How much money do you make a year? What's your favorite rubber ducky? What car do you drive? How do you, exercise? Whatever you want, you can just add it in here. It's literally whatever you want. Now, what I'm going to show you right here is it is the exact same thing as forms. Yes, the same thing I just went over applies. You pull from the left, okay? You add custom fields if you don't. It'll come right into the middle. You click these right here, and you edit it right on the right. It is the exact same thing. So I don't even have to go over that because you now know. And if you don't know, please go back earlier in the video and watch that, because it is the same for forms, surveys, and quizzes. It's the same builder, the same building block, and the same rubric for all three. So you pick what you want, but the difference is in the way that this goes through. So again, styles and options, you have the styles, which edits the way the form looks. Same with themes. You can switch up the way you want your survey to look. But then in options, you have a couple different things you can add in. This is where it gets a little bit different. Okay, so on submit, same as before, you know, how that triggers and goes through once they submit it. But then what you can do is you can disqualify people, but you can disqualify people based on what they say, and you can send certain messages and disqualify after they submit. And that's where a couple of different things kind of lay in, and you really pick, you know, what you want. Message is URL. And then these are just the same except for surveys. And these are the same as all the other ones except survey settings. You have a different kind of building block. So just to be clear, it's the same thing across the board as forms, except for these couple things I'm showing you. And one of them is in survey settings. So you want one question at a time, or do you want all of them lined out? So remember before I showed you, it's just question, slide, question, sticky contact, we already talked about that. Back button, this allows them to go backwards in the survey if they want to check the previous question, which I recommend having on. Auto navigation, this is just being able to them to navigate automatically. Progress bar, this is pretty cool because this shows them how much progress they have made. Okay, so it will be like, okay, how far are they going? I don't know why it's not popping up in here. I think we need to add it, but that just shows them, okay, you're 20% of the way, you're 30% of the way, which can pretty cool. You can disable any sort of animations. If you're using a template, it may have an animation. Once you go through the next slide, it'll just go right back to the top. Okay, GR compliant font, we already went over that, and then enable time zone, and then footer HTML if you want to add stuff to the footer. But it's the same thing other than that. So you just decide how you want this to work, okay? And it's the same building block, except the difference is like we said before, surveys are for the gathering feedback. Forms are just for information. So if you've, let's say, just got someone on your marketing service or someone went through your lawn care, you could create a survey form in order for them to figure out what did you do right, what did you do wrong, how can we improve this? Or if someone quits your business, they leave, you can have a survey to figure out what's going wrong or downsell them. Surveys can be used incredibly powerfully for service-based business owners if people want to leave or cancel a retainer or not go through with something. A survey oftentimes can bring them back and sell them, but it can also get valuable information to improve your product. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is your people will tell you where it's going wrong. They give you free help. They don't think this is a thing, but oftentimes surveys and these little data points will help you gauge, okay, where you're at with your services. So that is really what this is for. Now, to integrate this, the same exact thing, except you only have embed and link. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get this link right here. We're going to copy this right here. We're going to come over to our website. Okay. We're going to go right into this button, and we're just going to do the same thing we did before, except it's going to be said survey. Obviously, if it's a survey, you want to say, click here to do survey, pick whatever you want. We're going to save this. Now we're going to edit it so we can see what it does. Okay. We're back in here. We're going to click make appointment. And now we're going to see the survey that we created. And right here is the progress bar. It's pretty cool. But this is where we will go through all of that. And it's the same thing as before. Let's try the other one. We'll click this right here and we'll do real estate. Let's see if that saves. Perfect. Okay, it popped up. So it's just a little glitch. But this was another one I created a long time ago. But this way you can add it in just like before. So you guys are starting to pick up on the pattern that it's the same thing across the board. You get the link, you put it in, and then you're good to go. One thing I actually want to show you really fast back on here is doing embeds in case you didn't understand. Because you can add these into other people's websites. If you're using WordPress, Squarespace, HubSpot, you can actually add these in. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to come right back here. And I just want to show you what you can do here. And by the way, you can add the survey to the pop-up too. It's literally the same thing as before. You come in here, you click survey, you drop it in, you pick it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to just show you how to put this in with code. So we're going to do code. And we're going to drop this right here. Okay. And remember, every website builder pretty much has a code editor. And it's really important to utilize this if people have stuff that's not on high level. And you can just copy said code that's in here. Okay. And you can bring it in and you can just drop it right in here, save it. And then you have now built something that you can have anywhere, which is cool. And high level allows the ability. So it's going to look like this right here. We're going to click save. And then when we view, it's going to pop up. So check this out. So we come in and refresh the page and boom, there it is. It's just plopped right in there. And that was using code. And you can do that on any platform because they all have those little code editors. And you take it, you drag it, you drop, you copy and paste the code you have, and then you're good to go. So really what I'm just showing you is there's multiple different ways to add these to websites and whatnot. So now that we have this done, I want to just show you with submissions and a little bit of analyze. So you can understand Declan, we're going to do 5 or 0. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. We are going to too many 8s. And then we're going to do, let's do declanwrightmatchmatic.com. Best time to contact, we'll just do that. See 50%. It shows you right there. Pretty cool. We're going to come right in here. We're going to click White Hart Lane. We're going to do Front Royal. Technically not in Front Royal, but 22560. Country, we're going to do United States. Let's go all the way down and get United States, single family, CAPTCHA. We click that. Remember, that's the thing to make sure you're not a robot. So you pick whatever you want, and once you're done, you click submit. Guys, I'm just walking you through this just so you have that better knowledge because it will help you a lot. So now that we have that submitted, I want to show you in submissions and analyze how this part works. So again, just like forms, you get all the contact info in submissions. Remember, guys, when it gets submitted, your info will be right in here. So we come and we go, cool, I like this. But then something I want to show you under here that I didn't show you in forms is analyze, which is the data and metrics on your surveys or forms, which can be awesome. You can see all these little things about it that you didn't quite have, which is all right here. So you can check out, completion time, total views, and they will all be right in here. It's very straightforward, and that's how you get all of your data. So last but not least, I just want to show you again the power you have in automations. Remember what I said before. You can come in here, you can pick the exact survey you just created, and you can then do anything in GoHighLevel off of this. Guys, I'm just showing you what's possible because a lot of you guys set one thing up and then you leave it and you don't realize that if you create the system, it's less work for you and you get more money. Like I'm just speaking in very clear, simple terms because you can automate almost everything, AI and automation. And with surveys, you have that ability. So now we're going to go over the last part, which is quizzes. So it's very similar to forms and surveys, except there's a scoring element because it's a quiz. So I want to go over that too, so it just makes sense. Before I jump in though, I just want to quickly tell you, if you are interested in learning more about HighLevel, okay, I have a 30-day free trial link down below, an exclusive 30-day free trial link where if you sign up for that, you'll get access to me, my private community, tons of snapshots in every vertical, even an agency snapshot that is amazing with all the best automations. Okay, pre-built out automations. You can access to a private community, live calls every week. I mean, it's the whole 9 yards, and even free leads and potential clients if I can trust you. No one does that online. It's incredible. By the way, I've won all of these awards behind me and a couple more that just aren't even hung yet. I've done very well in this space. You have to have someone in your corner. Having someone in your corner that has been there and done that and really knows HighLevel will help you on your journey. Whether you're a SaaS agency, a service-based business owner, whatever you are, it will help turbocharge your experience so you can master HighLevel, get your time back, and make money because that's what you guys come in this for. You're not just here to play with the software and just mess around. You're here to improve your life, and I can help you do that. And again, it's completely free for you when you join. Why? Because HighLevel pays me for this, okay? They want me to help you keep you on, and I can keep you on because I can show you how to get clients. I think better than anyone else on this online space because it is my specialty, is a client acquisition and mastering HighLevel. So I highly recommend you go check that out because I think you will love it and it will help you greatly. And guess what? It's free if you're using HighLevel. So go down below and check that out. So we're gonna go into quizzes. We're gonna click add quiz. We're gonna start from scratch and we're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. So same exact layout as forms and surveys, but there is one key difference because I'm not even going to go in all this because it's just one key difference is that you have a scoring element and an after page that you need to edit because it's a quiz. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do multiple choice, okay, and we're going to edit this. We're going to click this, same thing as before. You pull from the left, you edit on the right. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to do best CRM, okay? Then we're gonna come right down here, and this is how you're gonna edit your options. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do GoHighLevel, we're gonna do HubSpot, and we're gonna do Salesforce. Now, what we're gonna do with these is we're going to give these points. This is how this works. You have to create a point system so this actually has a value. Otherwise, the quiz is just random and it has no point. So we're gonna do overall only. So we'll do 10, we'll do 0, and then for Salesforce, and you can add categories, you can do all kinds of stuff. We'll just do 0. Okay. So then what we're going to do, because we like this, we're going to add one more part of this. Okay. Which is going to be a yes or no. Okay. So we're going to click this again. Guys, you put in whatever you want. I'm just throwing this in here as a test. What we're just going to do is GHL the best. Okay, obviously, no one's going to make a quiz like this. Then we'll come right down. We're going to do yes or only, and we're going to do 10. And then for no, we're just going to do only and have it as 0. And jump to, by the way, just makes it jump to another question. So if they pick something, it could just jump to a whole nother question. You just pick whatever you want here, and then you delete it like that. Okay, so then we're good to go. You can go as crazy as you want. You can add as many pages. It's as simple as that. And you just click exactly what you want. You pull from here, you put the score value for each of them, and then you're done. Drop a comment down below if you're confused or messed message me for free on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram if you have questions, because a lot of people get tripped up over this. But you just want to make sure you put in what you have and then you give it a score. And right up here, the same exact thing, style, options, and then quiz settings is literally exactly the same as the rest. So it's the same thing except for this part and then the next part I'm about to go into. So you put in whatever you want. Once you have your quiz fully built out and you like everything you got, we then have to edit the result page. So we're going to click Edit Template. So the way this works is you're going to click things on the right-hand side, and they're going to be bunched into groups, and then you're edited on the left. So it's like reverse of before. Okay, so we're going to start with this up here. So right up here, you can make this any which way you want. You can add a logo in. You can add logo width and dimensions. You can get rid of this right here and add whatever you want. The sizing, simple stuff, margin, padding, up, down, side to side. You guys already understand this. So these are just all the edits on the header of said quiz. Then right in here, when we click this, we now are going to edit this part, which is going to be what score did you get on your quiz? So in here, you can change the colors of everything. So right in here, you edit exactly what you want it to say. Score settings. Where do you want this to be configured? Do you want to show the overall score? Do you want to show tiers? It's basic editing, margin padding, move it around side to side, and then background color, how you want it. So again, I'm not sure what you guys want in this, but you just go through and you pick and you edit. It's as simple as that. And you really click what you want on and off. And then in score tiers, it's going to be these little things right here, and you can edit them. So you can change the color, okay, of what you want it to be. You can change the label. So we'll do low. So you pick the label, okay, and then you pick the percent. Okay, so what do you want it to be from? So anyone that is in from 0 to 39% is categorized as low. Anyone from 40% to 79% is categorized as medium. And anyone from 80% to 100% is categorized as high. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions on this. But it's so straightforward, guys. You can edit every little part of this quiz, making it look beautiful and awesome. So just go through, play with this, how you want it, delete what you want, add what you want, and configure this properly so you see how you want this. Then right in here, okay, you can add more stuff in the body or the CTA. Just depends on what you want. You go through, you add in buttons. Guys, it's really whatever you want. It's very quite simple. Button style, margin padding, let me get over that because it's the same thing on every one. And then default quiz, you have basically your footer part where you can add social media links and anything else you want. So it's so straightforward. It's so basic. It's really not that crazy. It's just a super simple building block for you to create quizzes. And you go through it, you follow how you want, you edit it, and then you're done. And you can make it look however which way you want. Then you click save. You click save up here. And right as before, in all the other things we've done today, you click integrate and you either embed or put it as a link. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this as a link. So if we come into the website builder, there actually isn't an option for quiz. You can't just add it in like the other one. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add it as a link or embed it as code, which you already know how to do. So I'm just going to show you right here. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go all the way down here, website URL, and we're just going to paste our quiz in there. We're going to click save, and then you're good to go. So it's very similar to the other ones, except it doesn't have that element where you can just slap it in and select like you did with forms and surveys. You actually have to add it as a link or embed it. We're going to view our website right here. We're going to click make an appointment, and boom, we're going to run through this real quickly. So we're going to do go high level. Say, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I'm going to click yes. Look at that, 100%. I did it. So that's how the quizzes work. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. And then you can see your score and a bunch of other stuff. So again, guys, yeah, you can say low. Is that what I put in there? But you put in whatever you want. You edit it which way you want. And you really have ultimate functionality with Go High Level. So you can make this look any which way you want. You can create it. Okay, it's awesome, guys. And once you are done, you come right back to quizzes. You go right into submissions, and you will see all of the quizzes go so you can grade them. Yes, yes, yes. Overall score, 100%. Awesome. That's where you will see all of your quizzes data, and you'll know who got what and who did what. And you can add these into communities. You can add these into courses. You can add these into funnels. You can add these anywhere. The same thing with forms, surveys, and quizzes. Also, if you come into automations, I want to show you guys something really, really cool here. You can click this, and guess what they have? Quiz submitted. So you can actually add in a quiz and then add anything else you want. So if someone submits a quiz, it could then email them a sign-up form. It could email them a calendar link. It could email them a congratulations or text them. You can do whatever you want with high level, guys. That is the beauty of this. You don't have that option and that ability to create automations off of this. And guys, automations and AI are the future. So make sure you really lean into this. So it's going to help you a lot. Forms, surveys, and quizzes, are so similar. There's just a couple differences between these two, which I went over in this video just so you understand that. But I really hope this helped, and I really hope it has improved your knowledge and know-how of this, because once you get these three guys and you understand this, it will help your Go High Level game so much. Like, no joke, it will help improve everything you're doing by a mile. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you are interested in high level, go down below, check out that 30-day free trial link. You're going to love it. You're going to love the bonuses. And if you have any questions, drop a comment down below or message me for any of my socials completely for free.